Welcome to Brant B Guitar. Please subscribe, or if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those below. Today, we're doing a White Stripes song, We're Gonna Be Friends. Let's be friends and let's learn this right now.
Boo. Boo.
We're Gonna Be Friends is a great finger-picking song. And you can tell Jack White was listening to a lot of the blues, Delta blues greats. I know he's a big Son House fan and a lot of the other blues guys. Let's just start and go over what's going on with this finger-picking technique. And he does mix it up a little bit on each chord. The idea is the thumb is usually playing the bass note. Here's a good exercise to start. Thumb is going to be here, and then the index finger is going to go on the G. And I just start practicing going like this. No chord yet. Just back and forth. Low E to G. Now you can do the same thing on the E string and the B string. Now then you can go back and forth. So now he's playing a G chord here. And here's the beginning finger picking to the song. The intro is a little bit different than the rest of the song. He's doing this. Those are the first two measures of the song. Let's go over that again. So you're in your G chord. He does that twice. After that, this is where the pattern starts repeating. That sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on 3 and 4 end, he's going low E to the B, then low E to the G on 4 end. Now that pattern of continues for the next 3 measures. So if we put that all together, the first 4 measures of the song, it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, the first 4 measures of the song, all on G. What I'd practice, a practice tip would just be to do this. It's just the thumb and the index finger, and you're just trying to get your right hand used to finger picking. Okay, let's go on. So the 5th measure, he's going to go to a C chord. And these are where the changes in the song start happening. So on the C chord, he's going thumb on the A, index to the B, and then he'll go thumb back to the A and index finger on the G. Repeats that. Now the 4th time, thumb back to the A, and he takes his index finger off and hits the B string open. He does that to transfer to the G chord, which is next. So that looks like this. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now he goes back to G, but instead of the pattern, the way he had it at the beginning with going to the high B first, he alternates the pattern, so then it goes thumb on the low E, index on the G, thumb on the low E, index on the B, and then that repeats again. So that measure there, which is measure 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's try the C going into the G. That looks like this. We're not doing this in time. You can take your time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we're about to be friends. Now he goes into the D chord, and it's going from a D to like a C add 9 shape. So the D is going to be open D, index on the second of the G, ring on the second, take again. Index, take again, and again, and again, and again. Open E, index on the second fret of the G, ring on the third fret of the B, middle finger on the second of the high E. Okay, so from there, thumb on the low D, index on the high E. Then back to the D, and then index on the B string. So those 4 notes, 1 and 2 and, then he goes to a C add 9 chord, the ring finger stays planted, middle finger goes to the A string on the 3rd fret, index finger goes to the 2nd fret of the D string. And on that one, he goes low A to the B twice. So that measure from the D to the C add 9 sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now he goes back to the G pattern from the very beginning of the song. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then he goes back to that D to C move, which you just did. C add 9 chord. Now he goes back to G, and it's one of the other patterns, which you did before. And that pattern is what he's going to use throughout most of the song. So instead at the beginning you were using, then it becomes this. So this is a lot of stuff thrown at you. Let's kind of take it from the beginning of the song, going slow with this. You can always rewind and pause. Let's start from the beginning of the song, going over the song form. G for one measure, G for another measure, G for another measure, and another measure. So G goes for 4 measures. Then he brings a C chord on the 5th measure, back to G, then to D, C add 9, the next measure, the 8th measure, is G, D, C add 9, and then back to G. G twice, and then it just keeps repeating. Let's try this from the very beginning, going slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 so on, and the song repeats. So finger picking is a little bit challenging when you first start. You can also practice isolating just the right hand with some of these basic techniques. And when the right hand feels comfortable, by all means, you can just try it on the G chord. It has a certain flow to it. The more you do it, it just kind of will start to feel natural. And then it's kind of like, it's like almost two guitars in one. It sounds like a bass and then the guitar. And it has a groove pattern to it. So I just recommend, if you're struggling with this, just try just the thumb. If you're struggling with this, try just the thumb and the index going back and forth and just getting in a groove any way you can. So that's the majority of the song. There also is this bridge section that's a short song, but around the minute 40, minute 39 section. So it's a short song, but there's also a bridge section around the minute and 39 second mark. Some new changes kick in. So let's go over that now. So there's 8 bars of a bridge, and what he's playing there, let's just go over the chords for measure 1, C major, then he's going to G major, back to C major, back to G major. Now he goes to A major again, C major, and then D. So for again, C major, ring on the low A string on the 3rd fret, middle on the 2nd fret of the D, G is open, index on the B. And that first picking pattern, it's nice because every time he does C major in this, the picking pattern stays the same, which is going to look like this. So thumb on the low A to the index on the B, thumb on the low A, index on the G, thumb on the low A, index on the B, thumb on the low A, index on the B, but the left index comes up, so it's open. That measure sounds like this. Then he's going to G. You guys know this pattern from before. Okay, then he's going back to C, the chord progression you just did. Back to G, same thing. Okay, so now he's going to A major. So A is going to be a little bit different. There's multiple ways to play it. You can bar, the way Jack White plays it is he bars on the 2nd fret the D, the G, the B. Now the high E string really isn't being barred because you're kind of tilting it up like this, but it will snag over at your left hand. If you're trying to do this and that doesn't work, you can also, there's 2 other options. You can play A like this or like this. So with this A major chord, this other shape, open A, middle finger on the 2nd of the D, ring on the 2nd of the G, pinky on the 2nd of the B. The other version, same kind of thing, open A, index on the 2nd of the D, middle on the 2nd of the G, ring on the 2nd of the B. Regardless of which version you choose, this is the one I'm playing. Let's get into the right hand picking. Thumb on the low A, index on the B. He does that 3 times. Then he alternates it, thumb to the low A, index to the G. So that again is this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so the next measure of A, he's alternating every time, and it goes open A, index on the B, open A with the thumb, index on the G, open A with the thumb, index on the B, back to the A with the thumb, chord comes off, the B string is open. That looks like this all together on just that measure. Okay, then he goes back into C major, but now he changes it. He goes back into C major, but now it's a little bit different. He changes the pattern up. So now, this is what it sounds like and looks like. So then the thumb's on the low A, index on the B, again, pattern again, and again, but now index finger comes off, open B. Okay, and then he goes into D, then he goes into the D major chord, thumb on the D, index on the high E, thumb on the D, to the B, and repeats that 2 more times. Okay, so I'm gonna play that bridge section all the way through. Here we go, pretty slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So those are the main sections of the song, and this song is really a workout with the right fingers, and it's a great beginner song if you're trying to learn how to finger pick. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Again, White Stripes, the White Stripes, we are going to be friends. This is Brant B Guitar signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, comments, or want to learn a song, you can leave that in the comments below. And have a great day.